protocol absorption. Ethereum is preparing to absorb its Layer 2 scaling networks directly into the base protocol. In the updated straw map released this August by Vitalik Buterin, a technical mechanism called EIP-8079 was officially bumped to the front of the research queue. It outlines a framework for native rollups. For years, the network outsourced its scaling to external rollups that manage their own security, their own sequencing, and their own bridging contracts. Now, core developers are pulling that execution back inside the house. The smart contract bottleneck. Right now, rollups are essentially independent blockchains that use Ethereum as a very expensive bulletin board. When a Layer 2 processes a batch of transactions, it relies on complex smart contracts on the Layer 1 to verify zero-knowledge cryptography or handle fraud disputes. This architecture forces every rollup to maintain custom verifier code, manage centralized sequencers, and rely on upgrade keys controlled by multi-signature wallets. If a rollup's specific smart contract has a bug, the entire chain is compromised, regardless of how secure the Ethereum base layer is. But EIP-8079 introduces a precompile that deletes that entire external architecture. The EXECUTE Precompile. The mechanism is built around a new operation called the EXECUTE Precompile. Instead of relying on external proof systems, an Ethereum node uses its own execution engine to natively re-execute the Layer 2 state transition. The base layer verifies everything independently. If Ethereum updates its virtual machine, the native rollup automatically inherits the upgrade. There is an obvious engineering trade-off here. By re-executing these transactions, developers are pushing computational load back onto the Layer 1 nodes, partially unwinding the original philosophy of keeping the base chain dumb and lazy to preserve decentralization. And that computational reversal reveals exactly where the protocol ecosystem is headed next. The Real Implication. The rollup-centric roadmap is quietly morphing into a protocol-level security monopoly, fundamentally changing the business model of scaling networks. By integrating the EXECUTE precompile to replace external smart contract verifiers, Ethereum is forcing operators into a strict dichotomy. Layer 2 networks that adopt the native standard will gain absolute, trustless security and synchronous composability, allowing them to interoperate seamlessly. But in exchange, they surrender their sovereignty. They become mere protocol extensions rather than independent economic states. For network operators and token engineers, this severely weakens the rationale for custom governance tokens, which currently derive their value from controlling bespoke sequencers and proprietary proof routers. The era of the highly valued, sovereign Layer 2 operating its own distinct execution environment is being engineered out of existence. If a rollup simply mirrors the base layer's exact execution semantics, its token becomes a redundant friction point. Watch the testnet deployments of native rollups over the next 6 months to see which major incumbent operators refuse the upgrade in order to protect their governance token utility. Subscribe for more.